We have just received a fresh series of images from the depths of space, and their revelations are compelling scientists to reevaluate everything they thought they understood. On November 9th, two independent observatories unveiled their latest findings regarding the enigmatic visitor known as Object Theta, and the discoveries have raised more questions than resolutions. The James Webb Space Telescope and the Virtual Telescope project both captured Theta during its closest encounter with the Sun. In these recent images, the object presents itself as a singular, brilliant point. There is no discernible tail, no gaseous cloud, and no evidence of outgassing whatsoever. For an entity that should be shedding vast amounts of material, its immaculate appearance defies the fundamental laws of physics. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect is its identical appearance to what it was months ago. It has shown no changes, even though solar heating should have evaporated billions of tons of its mass by now. For some, it poses a mystery, while for others, it's a signal. A leading astronomer from Harvard has described it as a cosmic message in a bottle. This entire saga began in late October, when trackers observed something impossible. As Theta approached the Sun, it began to accelerate. According to trajectory data from NASA's JPL, it strayed from its expected course. The data was unmistakable, something was propelling it. The calculations left analysts in awe, as the object was not only accelerating outward but also drifting sideways, with a displacement of tens of thousands of kilometers. The burning question on everyone's lips: what invisible force is directing it? The conventional explanation of outgassing failed entirely. To generate such thrust, Theta would have needed to expel a massive amount of material, creating a trail visible to amateur astronomers. Yet the sky revealed nothing, no cloud, no vapor, nothing at all. To fully grasp the strangeness of this situation, scientists compared Theta to a typical comet from the same time period. The ordinary comet behaved predictably with its stunning streaming tail, while Theta remained a stark, solitary point. One was a vibrant entity, while the other was an entirely motionless artifact, a comparison akin to a raging fire set against a polished diamond. For an object to accelerate without any exhaust is comparable to witnessing a car drive without an engine. The fundamental principles are shattered. Researchers, when analyzing the numbers, discovered that any natural outgassing would have emitted a glow perceptible to the naked eye. The November images, however, show absolutely nothing. The object's brightness, color, and symmetry all remain disturbingly, perfectly constant. The director of the Virtual Telescope project termed it the most confounding data he has ever encountered. Even sensitive instruments designed to detect the faintest signals returned a singular reading. When the data reached prominent institutions, teams began reconstructing physics from the ground up. Considering Theta's estimated mass almost 1 million times heavier than Oumuamua, they concluded that no known natural force could account for its behavior. Solar radiation proved too weak, outgassing remained invisible, and planetary gravity was unfeasible at that distance. This left only one breathtaking possibility: we must confront the evidence. A lead scientist articulated, "If our models fail, then our assumptions must shift." However, few were prepared for the ramifications. The truth was startling because the numbers didn't merely depict motion, they suggested purpose. The acceleration was neither chaotic nor random. It was smooth, controlled, and aligned, as if calibrated by an unseen force. The last time anything resembling this occurred was with Oumuamua, but this phenomenon is even more powerful and intentional. As global data accumulated, a pattern emerged. Theta was not merely breaking rules, but demolishing the entire rulebook. Its orbit aligns within mere degrees of the plane traversed by Earth and the other planets, a cosmic bullseye of staggering improbability. There was also the jet anomaly, a burst of material directed toward the Sun, completely contrary to the behavior of any comet. Its speed was yet another impossibility, moving faster than smaller, lighter visitors, despite its mass suggesting it should be sluggish. Furthermore, its brightness curve contradicted all logic, intensifying at twice the rate of any known comet. Then came the striking color of electric blue, not the white of ice, nor the red of fire, but a spectral blue far hotter than the Sun's surface. Its inferred temperature exceeds what any natural object could withstand without disintegrating. By now, astronomers were not just puzzled, they were genuinely alarmed. If Theta does not adhere to the laws of celestial mechanics, then it must be governed by something else. Perhaps a directive spectroscopic analysis from Webb and ground observatories disclosed even more astonishing findings. The object's composition, rather than the chaotic assortment of rock and ice found in natural comets, displayed a precise ratio of nickel to iron, mirroring high-grade alloys utilized in human engineering. In nature, metals blend erratically. Here, they appeared balanced and refined. It also contained less than 4% water, rendering it drier than the driest locations on Earth. This is not a dirty snowball. It resembles a structure that seems manufactured, not formed. Some researchers now theorize that the outer layer could be a heat-resistant polished shell, which would explain its flawless reflection. This reflection generates a polarization signature of mathematical precision, something never before observed in a natural entity. As one professor pointed out, if you designed a probe to survive an arduous intergalactic journey, it would look precisely like this. Came a revelation that shocked even skeptics. Upon plotting Theda's trajectory, analysts noted it intersects the orbits of Mars and Venus while deliberately avoiding Earth. Its timing was impeccable. During its closest solar approach, when it should have been most visible, it positioned itself behind the Sun, hidden from view. This alignment is statistically so improbable that many now argue it cannot be accidental. This isn't random. One analyst described its navigation as unfathomable until you scrutinize the mathematics. Tracing back its trajectory reveals a point leading toward the same region of space from which the renowned WOW signal was detected in 1977. Two monumental mysteries, decades apart, originating from the same cosmic address. Coincidence? Perhaps. But as the evidence accumulates, that word begins to feel like willful ignorance. With every new image, the enigma deepens. Theda's deep blue color defies every thermal model. Blue signifies severe heat. However, the object emits no infrared signature of decay. It glows with light that seems not to originate from heat, but appears self-generated, akin to controlled plasma. Some physicists propose it might be utilizing electromagnetic propulsion, manipulating solar wind for thrust technology we are just beginning to explore. Others speculate it could be something simpler, a relic of a machine so ancient and autonomous that it continues its programmed mission long after its creators have vanished. We may not be observing alien technology, but rather alien tenacity. As December 19th, 2025 approaches the date of Theda's nearest pass by Earth, close enough for our most powerful telescopes to scrutinize it in remarkable detail. If it proves to be a comet, we will finally observe the massive gas cloud that physics necessitates must exist. However, if no cloud materializes, if Theta remains the same silent blue and compact object, then the cometary theory collapses. What remains is something infinitely more profound. Could it be a probe, an automated scout mapping our solar system? Or is it something even more extraordinary, a device designed to activate when a civilization reaches a certain technological milestone, as proposed by some theoretical physicists? For now, the answer remains elusively hidden. But every image, every data point, every silent maneuver in the void implies one undeniable truth. This object is cognizant of its environment, and its mission may still not be complete. As the latest images circulate through every laboratory and online discussion forum globally, one sentiment prevails within the scientific community: a deepening unease. The universe has presented us with yet another impossible riddle, and this time, the riddle gazes back at us. Theta continues its journey cold, blue, and silent, defying every equation we hold dear. It does not behave like a comet. It does not resemble an asteroid. It does not fit any of the classifications we have created to comprehend the cosmos. It accelerates when it should decelerate. It shines blue when it should radiate white. It conceals itself when it ought to be visible. Its trajectory appears less like a coincidence and more akin to a meticulously planned route. At times, the universe does not merely whisper its secrets. It displays them unequivocally. Yet, the incoming data arrives with pristine clarity, no interference, no mistakes. It is as if the cosmos is compelling us to acknowledge something we have spent our entire history trying to overlook. The more we learn, the less we grasp. Every new release from the telescopes only amplifies the paradox: a compact, luminous point, entirely stable, completely tranquil, and perfectly alien in its indifference. It seems untouched by the sun's fury, as though radiation and heat simply slide off its surface. If it's natural, then our understanding of what is natural falters. If it's artificial, we are witnessing the most significant discovery in human history. Proof that we are not the first intelligence beneath these stars. The world we once thought we knew is irrevocably altered. The question is no longer whether this object is a comet that evaporated when it accelerated without a tail. The profound question that lingers unspoken then is what sort of mind creates something capable of traversing billions of years across interstellar space, powered by forces we cannot detect, guided by a precision we cannot comprehend, and continuing to function flawlessly long after its creators have faded away. What kind of civilization achieves such mastery? How long ago did they exist? Are they still out there? Or are we gazing upon the drifting monument of their memory, a ghost ship navigating the cosmic ocean, fulfilling its tasks long after its architects have turned to dust? A leading thinker cautioned us that when science disregards anomalies, it devolves into dogma. We cannot call ourselves seekers of truth if we only embrace the ideas that bring us comfort. Theta is our discomfort. It serves as a reminder that the universe is not obliged to conform to our textbooks. It never has been. The sun burns without our approval. The stars shine without our sanction. And when something materializes in our sky that eludes explanation, our responsibility is to inquire rather than to ignore. So, here we stand, gazing at another visitor from the dark abyss, and the silence enveloping it feels almost intentional. Perhaps this is how contact truly initiates, not with radio signals or dazzling lights, but with a quiet defiance, with silent impossibilities that compel us to look anew, to think anew, to evolve. Perhaps that is Theta's ultimate lesson, that discovery involves not mastering the unknown, but learning to confront it without flinching. And now, as December 19th approaches the day it swings closest to our world, every telescope on Earth will focus upon it. Perhaps we will finally uncover its true nature. Perhaps we will see nothing at all. Regardless of the outcome, we will remember this moment as the first time in human history that a piece of the cosmos gazed back at us and offered no explanation. If this narrative sparked your curiosity about what truly lies beyond, let the discussion continue. Please like this video and follow the channel Winds of Thought for deeper explorations into the greatest enigmas of the cosmos. Enable notifications so you don't miss the next update. And we must ask, what do you believe Theta actually is? A natural anomaly? An alien probe? Or the first message from a civilization that communicates solely in silence?